I'm just about to start my workout for today. You can see I have my dip bar here, so if you have a piece of equipment similar to this, great, get it ready, we're using it today. If you do not have a piece of equipment like this, that's fine. I will be providing modifications. I'm also going to be using my jump rope. So again, if you have a jump rope and you would like to jump rope with me today, fantastic. Get your jump rope ready, but if you don't have a jump rope, that's fine. You don't need one. There are timestamps in the description box down below the video. So if you would prefer to just skip straight ahead to the workout, you can go ahead and use the chapter markers to do that. But if you would like to see the exercises briefly demonstrated and explained before we begin, let's go ahead and get into that right now. I'm just doing 3 exercises. So this workout is going to be split up into 2 parts. Part 1 is going to be a 15-minute AMRAP, A-M-R-A-P, that stands for as many rounds as possible or as many reps as possible. So I'm going to show you a very short circuit, just 3 exercises, and we're going to complete the circuit as many times as we can in 15 minutes. So that's part 1. If that's all you want to do today, great, you can just stop there. I will be including this workout on my playlist of 15-minute workouts. So if you chose this workout from that playlist because you are specifically looking to do a 15-minute workout today, you're just going to do part 1 with me and then you can dip. If you want to stick around for part 2, I'm just doing about plus or minus 15 minutes or so, something in that neighborhood of moderate paced cardio. That's it. I'm going to be using my jump rope, but you don't have to jump rope with me. You can do any kind of cardio exercise you want, plus or minus about 15 minutes. So you could go for a jog, you could do up and down the steps, you could hop on the exercise bike or the treadmill or the elliptical or something like that for about 15 minutes. So about 15 minutes of moderate paced cardio, any way you want to get it done is fine. That's part 2, and part 2 is optional. So if you don't have a jump rope, or you just don't want to do the added cardio today, that's fine. Your workout is just going to be 15 minutes long. You're going to do part 1 with me and then you're done. So for part 1, the 3 exercises that I'm doing are dips, knee raise burpees, and what I always call reverse push-ups, because it looks like a push-up upside down, so like a reverse push-up, but really it's a pull-up. So any kind of pulling exercise you want to do would be fine. So first of all, for my dips, I'm going to be doing assisted dips today because I don't think I'm strong enough to do like even 1 dip right now unassisted. So I'm going to be tapping my foot down, but I'm going to be actually using my dip bar to do dips. So I'm just going to be holding onto the bar like this, and then you're going to bend your elbows and try to get your, from your elbow to your shoulder. You're going to try to get that like parallel to the ground if you can. So you're just going to bend your elbows and lower yourself down and then push yourself back up. I'm going to be using 1 foot on the back of my dip bar to assist me. So I'm going to lower myself down as low as I can without tapping my foot down, but then as soon as I start to need assistance, I'm gonna tap my foot down on the bar, and I'm going to keep coming until my, this part of my arm is kind of like parallel to the ground, or as close as I can get it. And then I'm going to push myself back up. But again, I'm using this back foot to assist me as much as I need, but as little as possible. If you're strong enough to do the dips without any assistance, then you're just going to have your knees bent and have your like ankles crossed behind you the whole time, and you're not going to tap that foot down unless you need to. All right, so you're just lowering yourself down, pushing yourself back up. So apparently I can do 1 rep unassisted. That's what an unassisted rep looks like. But for most of these reps, I'm going to be tapping that back foot down, using it to assist me. So use the back foot as little as possible, but as much as you need. So if you don't have a dip bar, you can do dips off of a plyo box, a weight bench, or something like that, or a park bench would be ideal. Something that's, or you're maybe like your couch, something that's really strong. You need to make sure whatever you're using for your elevated surface is strong enough to support your entire body weight. You need to make sure that it's sturdy so that it's not going to break or fold up or collapse when you put weight on it. So for example, you want to make sure that if you're going to use a chair, you're not going to use a flimsy plastic folding chair like the one I have here. You're not going to use one of those like collapsible stools. Make sure your chair is good quality, make sure it's well made, make sure it's in decent condition so it's not going to break, and make sure it's nothing that's going to fold up or collapse when you put weight on it, like a collapsible folding chair. And then make sure that it's stable so that it cannot slide from underneath you. So again, a plyo box or a park bench, something like that is ideal because those aren't going anywhere. But you can absolutely use a chair or a stool. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about using this chair just to demonstrate, but again, just to reiterate, it is not safe to use a flimsy plastic folding chair like this. But if you want to use a chair, you will grab a strong, sturdy chair, something that's strong enough to support your entire body weight, something that's not going to collapse or fold up or break when you put weight on it. And then you're going to place it on top of an exercise mat or a yoga mat so that it stays put. And from there, you can do your dips like this. So you're going to start up in this position with your palms on the chair, and then just again bend your elbows and lower your booty down to the ground as close as you can, trying to get from your shoulder to your elbow parallel to the ground if you can, and then push yourself back up. Okay, so you can easily do dips that way without any exercise equipment whatsoever. Again, a plyo box is ideal, but if you don't have a plyo box, you have a chair or a park bench close by, or the bottom couple of steps of your staircase or your couch, okay? If that is not going to work for you, you can do the same thing down on the mat. So you can do the same exercise without your hands elevated. It's going to be much less difficult because your range of motion is so much less, but it's the same exercise, okay? And you'll still feel it in your triceps. Failing that, anything that's gonna work your triceps, okay? So if you have dumbbells, you can do tricep extensions, tricep overhead press, something like that. But I'm going to be doing dips, so any kind of dip variation will work. If you are doing the dips the way I just showed you, with your hands flat on the mat or on the chair, those are not as difficult as this kind of dips using the dip bar, so you may want to do more reps. I don't know if it can technically be called a set if I'm just doing one rep, but each time I do my dips, I'm just doing one rep, okay? So if you're doing an easier version, maybe do 3 or 5 reps per round, okay? But that's the first exercise. The second exercise is knee raise burpees. So it's just going to be a push-up plus a knee raise. So if you don't have a dip bar, first of all, let me just say that I do recommend owning a piece of equipment like this because it's very versatile, it's very useful, and it's very effective. I think it's a good investment. This one that I have is from Ultimate Body Press, but there are definitely cheaper ones out there. There used to be an Amazon branded one, but I don't think it exists anymore. But definitely check Amazon, check sporting goods stores, that's fine. But another really great place to check is like Facebook Marketplace, or maybe like eBay or OfferUp or something like that, where you can find gently used exercise equipment, or maybe like not gently, but still in good condition. A lot of times people buy exercise equipment thinking that they are going to, get in fantastic shape at home, and then they don't find the motivation to actually work out, and they have all this equipment just collecting dust, and they want to, get a little bit of a return, get some of their money back for the money that they spent on this equipment that they don't use. So frequently you can find a good deal on exercise equipment on sites like OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace. So you can look on there and you may be able to get something like this for pretty cheap. The other thing you can look for is an old walker. So every time I have gone on like OfferUp or something just to kind of see if I wanted to buy an old walker, like I'm recommending this to people, how much are they going to spend? I've always been able to find one for under $20. So that's another great option. You could also take your workout to the park. There's a park within walking distance of me that has pull-up bars and parallel bars. So you could use either of those for your knee raise burpees. I'm going to be using these parallel bars, but you could do hanging knee raises. So you could do your push-up and then reach up and grab the bar, hang from the bar, and do your knee raise from a hanging position. So that's another possibility. But if you don't want to take your workout to the park and you don't have anything that's going to work for this, that's fine. Any burpee variation you want to do is fine. So just do like knee hug burpees. Do your push-up, then roll over and do a knee hug, and then roll back over, and you can add a jump if you want. But you don't need to include a knee hug. You don't need to include any ab component whatsoever. Any burpee variation you want to do is fine, with or without a push-up, with or without a sit-up or a crunch, with or without a jump. It doesn't matter. There are millions of different burpee variations. So choose literally any burpee variation you want. Just make sure that if you are going to include a push-up with your burpee, that you're minding your form on the push-up. Make sure your head is in line with your spine. Make sure that your shoulders are away from your ears, and make sure that your abs are tight and your back is flat. Don't allow your hips or your belly to droop down towards the mat. You want to make sure your body's in one perfectly straight line, either from your heels to your shoulders, or if you're doing knee push-ups, your straight line is going to be from your knees to your shoulders, but mind your form on the push-ups, okay, if you're including a push-up. But my burpee variation is going to look like this. I'm going to start standing right behind my dip bar. I'm going to bend down and place my hands flat on the mat inside my dip bar. Now I'm going to jump my feet back so that I'm in a plank position. And from here I'm going to do my push-up so my head is in line with my spine. I'm not allowing my head to drop down like this. I'm not overcorrecting by hyperextending my neck and jutting my chin out. My head is in line with my spine. My shoulders are away from my ears. So I'm spreading out all 10 fingers, pressing the mat away from me so that I'm not allowing myself to kind of sink down into my shoulders like this. My abs are super strong and tight and engaged, and I'm using my ab muscles to lift my hips up high and keep them lifted high. So I'm not allowing my hips or my belly to droop down towards the mat like this, causing an arch in my back. Tighten up those abs, use your ab muscles to lift your hips high and keep them high. And now that my body's in one perfectly straight line from my heels to my shoulders, nothing's going to move. I'm going to bend my elbows and lower my chest down towards the mat, then push myself back up, jump my feet in and stand. Then I'm going to grab a hold of the handles of my dip bar and do my knee raise. So I'm going to lift myself up, my feet are off the mat. I'm going to bend my knees, crunch my knees up towards my chest, reverse the movement, put my feet back down, and that's one rep. So it's a push-up plus a knee raise, okay? That's my burpee variation. You do any burpee variation you want. And then the third and final exercise is, again, what I call reverse push-ups. So I'll show you what it looks like first. I'm just going to come down underneath my dip bar like this, reach up and grab the handles. Now I'm going to do these with my knees bent and my feet flat on the ground like this. From here, all I'm going to do is bend my elbows and pull my chest up towards the top of the bar, then reverse the movement and lower myself back down. Super simple. If you want to do it with straight legs, that is much more difficult, but that is an option. You can have your legs straight, same exercise. All right, so I'm going to have my knees bent. It's kind of the equivalent of doing a push-up either from your toes or from your knees. So I'm doing the easier version. It's easier with your knees bent. But if you're stronger than I am, you can have your legs straight. That's fine. But really what that is more of a pull-up than a push-up. So again, if you have a pull-up bar, if you either own a pull-up bar or you have access to one at the park or at the gym or something, you could use that for this exercise as well and just do a pull-up or a chin-up or, switch grip. It doesn't matter. All right, any kind of exercise where you're pulling yourself up will work. So, and it's back. We're working upper back. So, you can do anything that's going to work your upper back. Probably the easiest and most accessible thing, if you don't have a dip bar and you don't have a pull-up bar that you can use to pull yourself up, would be to do bent over rows. Because really, if you think about what you're doing, it looks like a push-up. That's why I call it reverse push-up, but it's really more of a row, but you're rowing your own body weight. So as opposed to bending over and rowing some other sort of weight like a sandbag or a kettlebell or dumbbells, you're flipping that upside down so that you're doing the same movement, but you're rowing your own body weight. So if you have something like a sandbag or a couple of kettlebells or dumbbells, you can do bent over rows. That's a great substitution. You can also do bent over rows without any exercise equipment. Look for household items that will work. So you can very easily do that with a couple of water bottles, or if you want to try to find something heavier, you could probably use like a jug of laundry detergent or a big bag of dog food. I have absolutely showed you how to do this exercise before using a big bag of dog food. So get creative and use what you've got. If you have absolutely nothing that's going to work for weight, just do Superman's, okay? It's any way you want to work your back is fine, but if you don't have weight and you don't have a bar or something that you can use to pull yourself up, then your options are a little bit limited, but you really can just come down onto your mat and do Supermans or Supergirls. Okay, so something like this. Just lifting and lowering your arms and legs at the same time, or you can do chest lifts. So you're engaging your upper back to lift your chest and your sternum up off of the mat. That's another substitution that you could do. So any way you want to work your upper back is fine, but that's it. That's all 3 exercises. So here's the way the circuit is going to work: 1, 3, 5. Okay, so 1 dip, 3 knee raise burpees, 5 body weight rows or reverse push-ups. That's the circuit. We're going to do that as many times as we can until our 15 minutes is up. And that's part 1. Super simple. Part 2, I'm just going to be doing 15 sets of 100 with my jump rope. So it's going to take plus or minus about 15 minutes. Part 1 will be exactly 15 minutes. Part 2 will be somewhere in that ballpark for me, hopefully. So any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. I always just kind of jog in place like this one, jumping rope. But if you prefer to jump with your feet together, fine, jump with your feet together. It doesn't matter. The only important thing is that we're counting revolutions of the jump rope. So 1 rep of jump rope means 1 revolution of the rope. So when I say a set of 100, I'm talking about 100 revolutions of the rope. So any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. You're going to count 100 revolutions of the rope. That's 1 set. We're going to do that 15 times. Couldn't be simpler, so hopefully that is all clear. If it's not, please remember that I always take the time to type out the instructions in the description box down below the video, and I'm going to do the entire workout right along with you. So watch me do it. Read the instructions, but then of course, as always, if anything is unclear about the format of this workout and how everything fits together, if you have any questions about the exercises that we are doing today, if you have any doubts about how to do these exercises with the correct form, or if you need any further help with equipment-free substitutions or beginner modifications beyond what I have already provided, I'm always here to help, so ask questions if you have them. It's really important that you understand how to do the exercises correctly before you begin the workout, so that you reduce your risk of injury, and also just so that you make sure you're getting the maximum benefit out of each exercise. And you guys know it's also incredibly important to me that all of my workouts are always accessible to anyone and everyone who wants to do them with me. So I'm always here to help facilitate that. Please do not hesitate to reach out if you have questions or if you need help. And also I just want to remind you, especially if you're going to be working out along with the video, to make sure you're going at your own pace. If you are faster than I am, fantastic. Be faster than I am. Just make sure you're not losing anything off of your form to get there. If you find that you're starting to get sloppy because you're racing to try to stay ahead of me, or just racing through the exercises to as fast as you can just to say you got a great score and you completed so many reps, if your form starts to get sloppy, that means you need to slow down. You shouldn't be sacrificing your form for speed. And the same applies if you're slower than I am. That's also wonderful, because you got dressed and you got out here and you are doing the reps. You're putting in the work. So don't worry about how fast you're going. Worry that you are executing the reps correctly. It's always going to be safer and more effective to do fewer reps with excellent form than it is to do lots and lots of sloppy reps. So if you're slower than I am, be slower than I am. Do not race to keep up with me at the expense of your form. Make sure you are prioritizing your proper form. Do not sacrifice your form for speed. Make sure you're going at your own pace, and make sure you are working to your own level. So apply the beginner modifications if you need them. Modify. Again, if you need help with modifications, let me know. Rest as needed. Challenge yourself to keep your rest breaks as short as you can, but they should be as long as you need. So if you need to pause and rest, you should absolutely pause and rest. Challenge yourself to get back into the workout as soon as you can, but you should only resume the workout once you feel that you have regained enough strength and you have enough stamina so that you can continue with good form. So please just be smart, be safe, listen to your body, and make the decision that is best for you, and just do your best. Remember, your best is always good enough. So let your best be good enough. Hopefully I have covered everything. Let's go ahead and get right into the workout. So grab a dip bar or maybe an old walker. If you have a piece of equipment similar to this, we are using it today, but if you don't, remember that you can also use a plyo box or a park bench or maybe a strong, sturdy, stable chair placed on an exercise mat so that it stays put. You don't need to use any of those things, but if you are planning on doing dips the way I showed you how to do them from the chair, maybe get your elevated surface, your strong, sturdy, stable, elevated surface ready. Maybe grab a pull-up bar and get that ready if you have one. Grab your jump rope if you have one, and if you're jumping rope with me today, then pause the video, go get dressed. Meet me right back here. We'll start with a quick 5-minute warm up and then we'll get right into part 1 of the workout, which is our 15-minute AMRAP. So as soon as you're ready, let's get started with our 5-minute warm up. So you're going to begin by just allowing your head to fall towards one shoulder. Place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. You're not pulling your ear down towards your shoulder. Your arm is completely relaxed. You're just allowing gravity to do all of the work of gently stretching the other side of your neck by just using the weight of your arm. Other side, so let go with this hand, allow your head to fall towards the opposite shoulder. Place your other hand on top of your head and just rest it there. Make sure your arm is completely relaxed. Make sure your shoulders are completely relaxed. They should be down, away from your ears. Next, we're going to do some head rolls. So you'll take your hand off your head. Allow your chin to fall first towards your chest and then towards the opposite shoulder and back. And each time you roll your head from one shoulder to the other, your head's going to start feeling heavier and heavier. You're going to allow your range of motion to increase until finally your entire torso is just falling down in front of you. You're exploring your full range of motion and your arms are nice and loose like a rag doll. Now, roll the shoulders either towards the back or towards the front. It doesn't matter. Just really explore your full range of motion. Make big circles with your shoulders. Next, we're going to do arm circles, but we're going to start small with our arm circles. So you're going to extend your arms out to the sides, and you're going to start by just making small circles, either towards the back or towards the front. It doesn't matter. But gradually, you're going to start making your circles bigger and bigger so that you're expanding your range of motion, waking up those shoulders. And finally, making the circles as big as you possibly can. Now, feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Bend your knees and sweep your arms in front of you as you straighten your legs. You're reaching up as high as you can, stretching up towards the ceiling. Each time you bend your knees, allowing your range of motion to increase a little more, sinking deeper and deeper into that squat. Now keep your feet planted right where they are, wider than shoulder width apart. We're going to lunge side to side and adding the arms. So now with each lunge, I'm just reaching my arm across my body. It's like you're trying to throw your arm across the room. Next, we're just going to march in place. So you're going to step your feet in and march, keeping your knees low to start. Gradually, as the interval progresses, you can start driving your knees up higher and higher towards your chest until finally you're driving your knees up as high as you can towards your chest. Feel a nice little stretch in your glutes, and now we're going to jog in place. Again, knees are low to start, but gradually I'm just driving my knees up, higher and higher towards my chest, until finally I'm driving my knees up as high as I can towards my chest. Next is booty kicks. So now with each step, I'm bringing my foot behind me. Really try to kick yourself. I am actually kicking myself in the booty, so that's what you're going for. If you struggle with balance, you can hold on to the wall or a chair or the arm of your couch for support. If not, hands on the hips, pick up one foot and just swing the leg front and back. Nice and loose. We're waking up those hip flexors now. Now we're gonna do the other side. So you'll put this foot down, transfer your weight, pick up the opposite foot. Just swing the leg front and back. You can start low, and then gradually as the interval progresses, you can start expanding your range of motion. Now, extend one leg out in front of you. Bring the leg around and behind, making a little semicircle. Each time you make that semicircle, lifting your leg a little higher. And for the final 2 reps, you're going to do a hip circle. So drive the knee up in front of you. Use your hand to guide it around. Other side. Extend the opposite leg out in front. Bring the leg around and behind, making a semicircle. Lifting the leg higher and higher each time. And for the final 2 reps, drive the knee up in front of you towards your chest. Use your hand to guide it around for a hip circle. And we'll finish with a quick hamstring stretch. I'm using this pose to assist me. Just makes it easier to keep my back flat as I come into this stretch. And that's going to help me to isolate my hamstrings more effectively. So you can use the wall or a chair or the arm of your couch. But that's it. That's our 5-minute warm-up. So let's go ahead and get right into part 1 of the workout. This is our 15-minute AMRAP. 1 dip, 3 burpees, 5 bodyweight rows, as many rounds as possible within our 15-minute countdown. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. I'm starting my timer in 3, 2, 1. This is 10 seconds just to get ready. So we're starting with 1 dip. So that's 1 round. My arms already want to fall off around not even a minute in. All right, so 1 dip. 3 burpees, any burpee variation you want. I'm doing knee raise burpees, so it's a push-up plus a knee raise, 3 reps. Then 5 body weight rows, or you can do pull-ups or bent over rows. 5 reps. And that's round 2. We're just gonna do as many rounds as we can before our 15 minutes is up. So my first 2 dips I did more or less unassisted. I think that's all I have in me. Let's see. So remember, you can tap that back foot down to assist you on the dips if you need to. Use it as much as you need. Just challenge yourself to use it as little as possible. Now 3 burpees. And 5 reverse push-ups or bodyweight rows. Remember, if you're stronger than I am, you can have your legs straight. I'm doing these with my knees bent to make it a lot easier. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Round 3. round 4. That was round 5. Remember, rest as needed. I need a few seconds. Challenge yourself to keep the rest breaks as short as you can, but they should be as long as you need. Go at your own pace. If you need to rest, that's fine. You should only resume the workout once you feel that you've regained enough strength and you have enough stamina so that you can continue with good form. Want to do as many reps as possible. That's what AMRAP stands for, but as many reps as possible with good form. Do not sacrifice your form for speed. That was round 6. I'm just doing 1 dip each round because these are so challenging for me. But if you're doing an easier dip variation, like I showed you during the tutorial, 1 rep might not be enough. So you can do 5. That's fine. You could do like 5 dips. And then 3 burpees and 5 bodyweight rows or bent over rows. So your strength rate could be 5, 3, 5 instead of 1, 3, 5. Or you could just do 5 reps of everything if you want. Whatever works for you. That was round 7. Just remember, if you're the one doing it, it's your workout. So you do it in whatever way works for you. Sharing my workout of the day with you. You are, of course, invited to do exactly what I'm doing, but you are also invited to just take what works for you and leave the rest. Just do it in whatever way works for you. The important thing is just that you're getting something done. was round 8. Still have 5.5 minutes left. Let's really push. This would make a good 5-minute AMRAP too. See if you can complete 5 rounds in 5 minutes. I think that was round 9, right? I hope. I'm pretty sure that was round 10. Let's try to do at least 2 more rounds. Let's push. We have just under 3 minutes left. So we should hopefully be able to complete at least 2 more rounds and maybe start on a 3rd. That's my goal. One more burpee. And 5 body weight rows. If you started with your legs straight, but it's getting too difficult, you can always bend your knees, do the easier version with me. That was round 11. Let's do at least 1 more. My triceps are gonna be sore tomorrow. 1, 2, and 3. That was round 12. Still have 45 seconds left. Let's start on round 13. I won't finish it, but at least not before time is up, but See how far I can get. One more burpee. Still about 10 seconds left. Final 5 reps. All right, that's it. That's our 15 minutes. So that's part 1. I managed to almost complete 13 full rounds. I was only, what, 2 or 3 reps shy of completing my 13th round. So completed about 13 rounds in 15 minutes. That was super tough. If that's all you're doing today, I will do a bonus burpee with you in solidarity. Remember, the workout is not officially complete until you have done your bonus burpee. So if you're not doing part 2 with me, let's do a bonus burpee together. This will be your final rep of the day. As soon as you're ready, here we go. So if you're not doing part 2, just use the chapter markers to skip ahead to the cool down. Do a quick cool down with me, and then you can do your stretching, hop in the shower, eat some lunch, get on with the rest of your day. If you are doing part 2 with me, part 2 is about 15 minutes or so of moderate paced cardio. Any way you want to get that done. So you can go for a jog, you can hop on the exercise bike or the treadmill or the elliptical, Stairmaster. You can shadow box. You can work on the heavy bag if you have a heavy bag. Or of course, you could jump rope with me. I'm going to be doing 15 sets of 100 with my jump rope. So any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. We're counting 100 revolutions of the jump rope. That's 1 set. We're going to do that 15 times. So just taking a good couple of minutes here to allow my breathing to normalize a little bit and to let my heart rate come down just a little bit. Again, take as long of a rest break as you need, but I don't want my rest break to be too long because I want this to feel like one 30-ish minute workout as opposed to 2 15-minute workouts. So I'm gonna go ahead and get right into part 2. If you need a longer rest break, pause the video so that you can towel off, get a sip of water, and then when you feel that you have enough strength and enough stamina to go ahead and start on part 2 with me, let's go ahead and get started. So 15 sets of 100. So you're counting 100 revolutions of the jump rope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, I'm gonna pick up my count at 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. So now I'm just marking a slash on my paper after each set. I'm going to mark a little slash so that I don't lose track of my count. If you trip over your jump rope, that's fine. Part 1 was super tough. I'm fatigued. It's hard to get my feet up and over the jump rope, so I'll probably be tripping a lot more. Don't worry about it. Just do your best. If you trip over the jump rope, you do not have to go back to the beginning and start the whole set over. Just do what I did. Take a deep breath, get right back into it. Just pick up your count where you left off. Just don't let the frustration of tripping over your jump rope dictate your mindset moving forward, because we have another 14 sets to go and you don't want to just sabotage the rest of your workout. So just remember, even if you're tripping over your jump rope, even if these sets are messy and they're they're difficult, you're out here doing the work. You're getting the reps done, you're getting your heart rate up, so it's all good, okay? Just be gracious with yourself. I'm going to zip it. You know what we're doing, and I need to conserve some energy. So that was my first set of 100. We're going to do 14 more. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. Set number 2. To keep my rest breaks in between sets as short as possible, but I'm pacing myself to do 15 sets, which is a lot, and I'm really fatigued after part 1, so I'm going to be needing longer rest breaks than what I would like to be taking. Please remember to go at your own pace. If you need a longer rest break than what I'm taking, pause the video, come back when you're ready. But if you don't need these long rest breaks, don't take them, okay? Just get right into the next set. All right, as soon as you're ready, here we go. Set number 3. set number 5. So I'm a third of the way there. If 15 sets is too many for you, you can stop here. You can do another 5 with me. I like symmetry, so part 1 was 15 minutes, part 2 is 15 sets. But if you don't worry about stuff like that, just do as many sets as you want or as much as you have time or energy for. All right, second or middle third or second third. Set number 10. I'm really struggling. It's actually kind of hot out here today, and my legs are just jelly. But I'm 2/3 of the way through, so I'm going to take a good minute or so to rest here before I tackle these final 5 sets. If you're struggling like I am, again, you can stop here, that's fine. Just do your bonus burpee and then skip ahead to the cool down. Do a little cool down with me. Then you can do your stretching, have your shower, eat some lunch, get on with the rest of your day. If you're pushing through with me, let's just finish up with these final, plus or minus about 5 minutes or so. Okay, we're right there. Just 5 more sets. If you need a longer rest break, pause the video, come back when you're ready. I'm starting set number 11 right now. Fighting hard for this today. Just 3 sets left to go. Another thing you could do if you like symmetry is to do a corresponding amount of sets with however many sets of the circuit you completed in part 1. So like I did 13 rounds of the circuit in part 1. I could stop here. After round 13, that would be kind of cool. I'm gonna do it the way I wrote it, but it's just another idea. Of course, if you want your workout to be exactly 30 minutes, you could do interval jump rope so that your part 2 is exactly 15 minutes. But that was set number 14. We made it. Just one set left to go. Let's push. That's 100, and that is set number 15, and that's it. I forgot to start my timer. I was going to time round 2 to see how long it took me, but it doesn't matter. I'll go back and watch the video so that I can mark it down on my little notebook, and I know exactly how long part 2 took me, so that then the next time I do this same workout, I have a definite goal in mind. I have a score that I'm trying to beat. But that's another thing you could do is just put yourself on intervals, and that's especially helpful if you don't like counting. So plus or minus 15 minutes of jump rope can be really tedious. And when I'm counting my reps, I can't listen to music because I can't count and listen to the music at the same time. So if you have to have music on, or if you just really want to have music on because it makes it less tedious, I absolutely get that, but it makes it really difficult to count your reps. So really what you could do is set your timer for, you could do 10-second rest intervals and 50-second work intervals times 15 rounds. I would recommend probably 15-second rest intervals and 45-second work intervals might be more manageable, times 15 rounds. If you need more rest than that, 10-second rest intervals and 20-second work intervals times 30 rounds is also 15 minutes, and that's going to be much more manageable. So if you do that, put yourself on intervals, it's going to be the same basic workout, but then you can listen to music while you're doing part 2, and it can just make it a little bit more enjoyable. But that's it. That's part 2, so that's our 30-ish minutes. We are not quite finished yet. No workout of mine is ever complete until we have done our bonus burpee. So we have just 1 rep left to go. Even if you did a bonus burpee in solidarity with me earlier after part 1, if you continued on and did part 2, that means your workout is not complete yet. So the bonus burpee has to be the last thing that you do because that's what completes the workout. So even if you did a bonus burpee earlier, you still have to do 1 more. And then the workout will be officially complete. But first, whenever I do a workout that incorporates jump rope, in addition to my bonus burpee, I also like to do a bonus set of 100 with my jump rope. So I don't think I introduced Victoria earlier. For those of you who are not familiar with my workouts and you've never met Victoria before, Victoria is my beautiful silver jump rope with these pretty light pink metallic handles. If you would like to know where I get my jump ropes, there is a link and a coupon code in the description box down below the video. So click on the link and use coupon code RUDEBECCA to save an additional 10% on your jump rope. This bonus set of jump rope is completely optional. So if you do not want to do the bonus set of jump rope, that's fine. Just take another minute to breathe, cheer me on. Hope I can get through this set of 100 without tripping over my jump rope, and then we'll do our bonus burpee together. If you would like to join me, again, any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. We're just counting 100 revolutions of the rope the same way we've been doing for the last 15 or 20 minutes. All right, so if you would like to join me for this bonus set of jump rope, here we go. We're counting 100 revolutions of the rope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that is 100. All the tripping that I did over my jump rope during the workout, I actually managed to complete my bonus set of jump rope without tripping over Victoria. So, happy about that. That's our little bonus set of jump rope. So now we have just one rep left to go. Let's go ahead and do our bonus burpee together, and then the workout will be officially complete. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. This is our final rep of the day. All right, with that, the workout is now officially complete. So let's just do a quick cool down together. You just want to keep moving while you allow your heart rate to come down a little bit, while you allow your breathing to normalize. Keep the circulation going so you can kind of pace around back and forth, shake out the legs, and make sure you're focusing on slowing down your breathing. So with each inhale, imagine breathing all the way down to your belly button. Really feel your diaphragm being pulled down as you inhale. Allow your rib cage to expand, and imagine filling up your entire torso with air. And then use your diaphragm to control the air as you exhale. Let's do a quick shoulder stretch. So just bringing one arm across your body, using your other arm to pull it in tight towards your chest. Make sure your straight arm is completely relaxed. Make sure your shoulder is relaxed. If your shoulder is tense and hunched up here by your ear, you're not going to be able to stretch it effectively. So relax the arm, relax the shoulder. Make sure you're continuing to move. I'm just kind of shaking out my legs. You can pace back and forth. Another thing I usually do is just kind of shift my weight from foot to foot. One more deep breath here. Breathe all the way down to your belly button. Really feel that stretch in your shoulder. Control the air as you exhale. Shake it out. Let's get the other shoulder. So bringing the opposite arm across your body, using your other arm to pull it in close to your chest. Arm is completely relaxed. Shoulder is relaxed. Feel that nice stretch in your shoulder. We worked our upper body a lot in that first part of the workout, so really feel that stretch in your shoulder. Make sure you're continuing to focus on breathing all the way down to your belly button. Make sure you're continuing to move. So either pace back and forth, shake out the legs, or just shift your weight from foot to foot. One more deep breath here. Sending that breath all the way down to your belly button, filling up your entire torso with air, and then using your diaphragm to control the air. As you exhale, shake it out. Let's do a tricep stretch. Those dips today, I know I'm going to be feeling those tomorrow, but it will be a little bit less painful tomorrow if you take the time to stretch your triceps now. So just bending one elbow, place your hand on your elbow, and then gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Make sure that the fingers on your free hand are pointing straight down at the ground. What you're trying to avoid is having this free hand hanging out up here somewhere by your elbow or by your shoulder. So point those fingers straight down at the ground as you gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder and feel that nice stretch in your triceps. One more deep breath here. And exhale, shake it out. Let's get the other side. So bending the opposite elbow, placing your hand on the elbow, and gently pulling your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Fingers on your free hand are pointing straight down at the ground. Feel that nice stretch in your triceps. We need it today. Make sure you're continuing to focus on your breathing and make sure you're continuing to move. So again, you can be pacing, you can be shifting your weight from foot to foot like I'm doing right now. You can be shaking out your legs. One more deep breath here. Breathe all the way down to your belly button. Actively expand that rib cage as you breathe in. Really feel like you're making space in your entire torso for air. All right, let's finish with a quad stretch. So if you struggle with balance, you can hold onto the wall or your dining room table or the arm of your couch or something like that for support. You're going to bend one knee, bring the foot behind you, reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with the hand that's on the same side. If you're not holding on to anything for support, you can reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands. But either way from here, what you're going to do is press your heel into your booty cheek. Actively press it in there. As you're doing that, you want to tilt your pelvis forward. So tuck your booty underneath you and imagine trying to touch your spine with your belly button. As you're doing that, make sure you're continuing to really press your heel into your booty cheek. As soon as you combine both of those two elements, you should feel that stretch instantly intensify as you isolate your quad muscles more effectively, but you also want to feel the stretch continue all the way up to your hip flexor. That's why we're tilting the pelvis forward. So come out, shake out the legs. Let's get the other side. Bending the opposite knee, bring the foot behind you, reaching back and grabbing a hold of the top of your foot with the hand that's on the same side if you're holding on to something for support. If you're not holding on to anything for support, you can reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands. Press your heel into your booty cheek, and as you're doing that, tilt your pelvis forward. Tuck the booty underneath you, suck your belly button all the way back to your spine. Make sure you're doing both of those things at the same time. So tilting the pelvis forward and at the same time continuing to press your heel into your booty cheek. Feel that stretch intensify in your quad muscles and feel it stretch continue all the way up to your hip flexors. Really press that heel in there. Make sure you're continuously pushing your hips forward. One more deep breath here. And come out. And one more time, shake out the legs, shake out the wrists, shake out the arms, swing the arms a little bit. That's it, that's our little cool down. So if you find that you're still breathing heavily, your heart rate is still elevated, just take a few more minutes to kind of pace around. You can do a little more light stretching. That's a wonderful idea. Just remember that this little bit of light stretching that we do during the cool down does not take the place of a proper stretching routine. It's still really important to make sure that you're taking at least a good 15 or 20 minutes every single day if you can to stretch. Right now, immediately after the workout is going to be the most efficient and the most effective time to get your stretching done because your muscles are already nice and warm after the workout. But if you don't have time to stretch right now, that's fine. Just remember that if you put off your stretching until later on in the day, your muscles will have gotten cold again, so you're going to need to take a few minutes to warm them back up. Your muscles need to be warm in order for them to be pliable so that you can stretch them safely and effectively. So please make sure that you are taking the time to stretch every day. It's going to help to alleviate any muscle soreness that you might be experiencing after the workouts. It's also going to help reduce your risk of injury moving forward. And of course, it's going to improve your flexibility. So make sure you're taking the time to stretch every day, but also please make sure that you are doing so safely. And that's it. That is all I have for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did this workout with me today, thank you so much. Please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Thank you to everyone who has been working out with me lately. And even if you're not doing the workouts with me, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful and supportive and engaging comments. It truly does mean the world to me. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. And of course, a great big thank you to those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for years. Please know that I appreciate you all so very much. One final reminder that if anything was unclear about the format of today's workout or how you can kind of customize the format of the workout to accommodate any time constraints you might have or to accommodate your current level of fitness. If you have questions about any of the exercises that we were doing today, if you have any doubts about how to do the exercises with the correct form, or if you need any further help with equipment-free substitutions or beginner modifications beyond what I have already provided, I am always here to help, so please ask questions if you have them. That is going to do it for today. But before I say goodbye, I just have to say one final thank you to those of you who have been watching the videos all the way until the end and commenting with the secret code phrase of the day. So before I say goodbye, I will give you today's secret code phrase of the day. It is, are you having a killer time? So if you are still watching this video, hello. Thank you for watching all the way until the end. Please let me know that someone is still watching by going down to the comment section and leaving me a comment that says, are you having a killer time? And that is going to do it for today. I will see you all next time. Bye.